Hey, everybody, and welcome to the infinite regression. Look at it. Infinite, regressy, sad, I guess. But don't get too sad because we have video games. And today we're going to be talking about one of my all time favorites, a game into which I have put almost as much time as I have into Minecraft. So, yeah, kind of a big deal. What are we talking about? We're talking about No Man's Sky. Now, No Man's Sky comes to us from Hello Games. And Hello Games, previous to making this game, they made not a whole lot, to be honest. They had made like a simple, fairly well reviewed platformer, and then they decided like, hey, what if we procedurally generated the universe? And everybody was like, you're gonna do that? And they're like, yeah, we're like a 3-man team, but we're gonna do it. And yeah, they were a super tiny team. I don't know exactly how many people were on it, but the problem was the game got way overhyped. You probably know the story. The game got super overhyped. They said it was going to have all these features. The game launches. It doesn't have a lot of the features. And people were like, oh, sure, it's a universe as big as the actual universe, but there's not a lot to do in it. And that was the number one complaint that people had. Now, my lovely wife and I, we wanted to get on board this game. The moment we heard about it and saw gameplay footage, we were like, oh my God, I cannot wait for this to come out. And then it came out, and then everybody was pissed off, and we were like, maybe we're not going to get this game. And then something miraculous happened. Hello Games did not give up. They could have taken the money and run. They could have. They could have just said, well, lesson learned, don't let a game get overhyped, and that is that. But no, that is not what they did. What they did was they expanded it, and they kept expanding, and they kept bringing in new elements, and I kid you not, owning this game has been a joy and a delight because every couple of few months, after you'll play it for a bit and then you kind of put it on the shelf and then you pull it back out, it's one of those, kind of like Minecraft, quite frankly. Anyway, and when people ask us, like, what is No Man's Sky all about? We're like, okay, Minecraft in space with better graphics, like, kind of. That's the simplest way that we can help people understand. It's like, it's open world, but it's not just open world, it's open to all the worlds. So yeah, it's huge. This game is huge. And the problem was, early on for them, like, what do you do in this massive world? Well, now they've got it pretty well figured out, and there are so many things that you can do in this game. Lately, I've been doing a lot of piracy. That's not what I'm currently doing in this game, but that's what I did in my other game save. I started a new game save today because they just came out with another update. That, a bunch of quality of life improvements and stuff. Some stuff we've been waiting for a while. Other stuff that, there are things like graphical improvements, some of which I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like the old style better. But you know what? I will say this. On the whole, every improvement that has come into this game has been a positive, and we have enjoyed the ever-loving hell out of it. Like, for real. For real. I have nearly 1,000 hours logged in this game, which is a lot for me. I don't know how much you log in your games. Probably more. I don't know. But what I'm telling you right now is that this game can be what you want it to be. In the video that you're seeing, I do a fair bit of, traveling around, finding what are called transmission towers, locating distress signals of crashed ships, finding the ships, fixing them up, and then scrapping them for parts, taking that money, bankrolling it forward. Because I just got started, so I'm trying to get that bankroll up. The easiest way to do that is piracy, but I'm trying not to be a pirate right off the bat in this game save because there's new stuff to do. It was a couple of updates ago that they made piracy really cool and, gave you these pirate worlds. And here's the other thing, like, there'll be things in the game that you're like, okay, I don't know what this is going to be yet, but it's going to be something, and I can't wait to find out what it is. It's a little bit like playing a game that's in beta development, except for it's fully playable. It's 100%. It's not at all ridiculous. Like, yes, there are still glitches and whatnot. That is an unfortunate thing with a game this large, but it's amazing still and great. And the glitches rarely happen. And if you're patient, they won't get in the way of the gameplay. And what does the gameplay have for you? Literally whatever. Like, literally whatever. Do you want to build a huge base and, like, extract minerals, do mining, or, extract gases from the planet below? Or do you want to take over a massive freighter and then travel around in that and build a floating base out in space that you can just zip around with the hyperdrive on your freighter, and then send all of your frigates off on expeditions, just bringing you in money and resources? Do you want to, like, recruit other people to your squadron and just go take people out? Do you want to be the mayor of a little town and take care of those people and help build up the economy and get things going in a small community that, when you find it, is always under attack? That's just the way it is. They're always like, please help us, we're under attack. And you'd be like, okay, fine. Do you want to do intergalactic trade? Is that a thing that you're interested in? Do you want to deeply immerse yourself in one of the 3 available alien cultures? Because you can absolutely do all of these things. And there's more stuff that honestly, I forget some of the stuff that you could do in this game because there's a lot. There's stuff that I don't even do. Like, there's a whole thing about, like, processing nutrients and stuff and creating food. I don't really play with that. Also, you can, like, take care of a bunch of animals and stuff. I've never done that. I will, like, adopt random crazy looking animals as pets. And that's the other thing. The procedural generation is not just with the planets. Yes, the planets, their terrain, and everything is all procedurally generated. And when you fly around a planet, you can tell that it is being generated around you. There's a little bit of, like, ooh, that, that. But you're kind of patient with that because you realize, like, oh, you're just building an entire world that's as big as the Earth around me as I'm flying around it. Like, okay, that makes sense. All right, yeah, sure. You can have a couple stutters. I understand. That's fine. But yeah, like, explore new worlds. You can name all of the animals. You can name the planet that you're on, and you get credits for it. You get, like, money in game for doing that kind of stuff, And if you want to name an animal like Dingus Butt Munch or something like that, as long as it doesn't have actual swears in it, like, because they screen for that now. They didn't used to, I don't think. Anyway, but yeah, you can discover new planets, you can build bases, you can do just all kinds of stuff. all kinds of stuff. And the stuff that I don't even do is probably fun, and I should probably give it a try. But understand this, like, I am the better part of the way into like 1,000 hours worth of gameplay, and there's still stuff in the game that I haven't thrown myself into. Now, we do need to talk about the fact that there is a story in this game. Is not very good. You will not be blown away by it. As a matter of fact, you probably won't even enjoy it. And you will probably be like, oh, God, I have to do another mission for this stupid story that I'm not enjoying very much. Well, guess what? You don't have to. You can just let it tell you, like, hey, go learn about Artemis. And you just be like, I don't want to. No, I'm over here with my farm or whatever. Like, my space farm and my little hoppy pineapple pet, because they have pets that look like little hoppy pineapples. They're adorable. Anyway, yeah, like, you don't have to do whatever. It's sandboxy and big, and those are the things that make it worth playing. Is that they keep opening new avenues for you to do new stuff. That's it. And that's why every single update, like, it's really cool, because anytime they introduce a massive new game mechanic, they will have a community expedition that you go on this big long mission that'll take you like a week to complete. And when you're done with it, then you have learned the new game mechanic, and you get prizes for having done the community expedition. And so then those prizes become available. Like, you see my character walking around in a cape. I earned that cape on a community expedition. And it's really cool. And they've had ones like, sadly, I missed out on the expedition where you get the Normandy as your freighter. Yeah, the Normandy from the Mass Effect games. Like, come on now. You telling me that you don't want to just be able to zip around the universe, willy-nilly, carefree and whatnot? And yeah, like, there's just so much to do, and it's so much fun. Now, what you have to get over, if you're going to enjoy this game, you have to get over the idea that, like, oh, well, there's got to be a big old story. Nope, not really. I mean, there is lore, and some of the lore is really cool. Like, why are the Gek the way they are, and why is their relationship to the Korvax what it is? Well, there's actually a pretty cool story behind that, and I really liked it, and that's a part that I enjoy replaying. You know, it is what it is. It's interesting. You know, some people might not care. I do. The story itself, some people enjoy it more than others. I have gotten to be pretty jaded by it, so I don't even bother half the time. My last gameplay, I had a big nice base built. I had crazy fleet of ships. I had a great freighter. I was raking in money hand over fist. I was having a great time. I was engaging in tons of piracy. And it kept telling me, like, are you going to do the basic missions to get this story mode started? And I'm like, no, no, I am not. And so what I'm telling you, like, this is as much of a game review as it is a why you should own No Man's Sky in 2022. Why you should own No Man's Sky in 2022 is because it's better than it was in 2021, and it was super fun in 2021. And it's better than it was in 2020. Like, when did I buy this game? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know how to look that up. Like, I have to figure out how to figure it out. But yeah, let's see. Maybe if I view my stats. Yeah, we picked this game up in 2019. Yeah, pre-COVID. And you better believe that this is what we played a butt ton of during all of the COVID sadness. And honestly, like, you can get the game on Steam for, like, right now it's on sale for $29.99. You might even be able to get it cheaper on Kingwin and other websites like that that resell Steam keys. Yeah, you might be able to find it on some of those. That's where we got ours, I believe. I believe we went to Kingwin and got half off of our No Man's Sky purchase. But yeah, goes on sale all the time for like $30. Normally it's 60. I have gotten so much more enjoyment out of this game than that. So much more. I can't even begin to tell you how utterly delighted that I have been with this game. It is, you know how, like, if you're listing off your favorite games, you're gonna overlook Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'd be telling you about, like, oh man, Super Mario 3 was such an important game in my childhood, and also Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's the first game for a console that I bought with my own money that was on a current console at the time. And boy, I'm glad I bought it. Got the black label edition of that, not the PlayStation's greatest hits green label, although I do have one of those as well. I should start reviewing vintage games. That's the thing that I should start doing as well. Not to mention, I've got like entirely too many freaking Steam games left to review. There's only 484 of them that I still need to review. Sorry. But people, understand this and know it and just take it for what it's worth. I play a lot of games and I can be a pretty jaded gamer a lot of the time, but No Man's Sky has been a perpetual source of happiness and wonder. You know, very much like if you play Minecraft and every time you load up Minecraft, you're like, what is it about this game that I know this world. I live in this world of this game, and I know it as well as I know what's outside my front door in the real world. And it's comfortable and it's familiar and it's amazing. And I honestly don't know if I can sell you on it any more than that. But I love this game. Love, love, love it. When we bought it, it was already better because we waited a year to buy it. I think it came out in 2018. Maybe a year or two before that. Anyway, but we bought it after it had had some time to improve. And even then, there were people who were like, no. And then since we've had it, it has only improved. And literally every few months, there are new little tweaks. And, you know, twice a year, there are major, massive updates. It's just a lot of fun. So much fun. Highly recommended. Anyway, let me put a final score on this. But also, yeah, why should you play No Man's Sky in 2022? Because it is quite possibly the greatest space style. Look, there are so many space exploration, open world, sandbox type games now. There weren't as many of them when No Man's Sky first came out, which is why people were so excited about it. But I'm telling you, this is still the best. My personal favorite. Anyway, let me put a final score on it. You will not be surprised. But yeah, if I haven't convinced you that this game is worth owning, I don't know if I ever will, and I'm sorry. Okay, as I was putting together the final score for No Man's Sky, I realized that there's a bunch of stuff I forgot to even say. You could play this game multiplayer. Anytime you go into the Nexus, there's a ton of other players in there. That's what or not the Nexus, freaking, the Nexus is inside the anomaly. That's what it's called. Come on, brain. Anyway, there's other players in there. You can invite people to join your game, and they will play on your game save in your world. And that has only gotten better. When we first started playing, that was janky as all get out, but now it's much better. Anyway, and they just released it for the Nintendo Switch. So at this point, there's no reason for you to not own at least a copy on something of No Man's Sky. Get it, play it, enjoy it. Cannot recommend it enough. Final score 6 out of a possible 6 hoppy pineapple pets. And that's as good as it gets, people. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. I literally have run out of ways to get ridiculously exuberant about this game. I cannot tell you how much I've enjoyed it because I simply lack the ability. But make no mistake, it is so worth it. You will enjoy it if you get it. Hopefully. I mean, if you enjoy it, then we can be friends. But if you don't, then I'm sorry. Anyway, people, that is it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay. Bye.